My name is Dr. Jody Nicholson. I am a professor in the Department of Psychology, and I am the graduate program director for the health psychology program. And if I had to give an elevator pitch for my research, I think I would probably highlight the name of my lab and why it's called that. So my lab is called the TIE Lab. And that's because I'm tying coursework to experience, tying resources to need, and tying research to practice. So in this manner, I really see two facets in my research. I see my research as a way that I can pass along to the next generation and train the next generation of scientists in psychology. And I also see my research as it being really critical that it has ecological validity and that it is in line with translational research. So in that manner, I am a developmental psychologist who typically focuses on topics within the realm of health psychology. And I want to be sure that my research is meaningful. And when I say ecological validity, I mean that I want to be sure that it's generalizable to populations and that we are recruiting a diverse representation that really shows us what is really going on out there. So if we think about, there's some research out there that it may be statistically significant, but it's not meaningful. And then secondly, with translational research, I want to be sure that my research is going to build into something that can directly help people someday. So something that can influence policy or practice. So I think a really big difference between undergraduate and graduate school is that you really grow into yourself and learn more about your ability to handle bigger things. So in the sense of you're gonna learn how to handle stress that you've never knew you could do before. And also you're going to learn how to figure things out on your own. So in that sense, I think my mentoring style is sort of like a Sherpa helping you up the mountain. So you have this huge mountain, which is this metaphor for becoming an expert. And I want to be sure that you can do the mountain on your own. So I have climbed that mountain before, and I am happy to tell you where to put your foot, what the right equipment is, but I can't do it for you. So there's this really great saying, don't steal the struggle. And in that sense, I want my students to know that I am here for them and that I can support them, but I also want to really push them to try to work through things on their own and try to figure out challenging problems on their own. I am really looking for people who have diverse background, who've had a diverse array of experiences that help me to see that they understand what their path looks like. And they may not know the final endpoint of their path. I definitely understand that people grow into different endpoints, and I feel like I represent that. But just people who have really sought out diverse, enriching, formative experiences. And this, of course, should include research, but also things like studying abroad, volunteering, being a part of a group that shows me that you have leadership potential. Of course, we need people who have good attention to detail, who are organized, but we also need people who have that grit and perseverance. So knowing that you are going to be challenged. For many people in graduate school, that's going to be your first time where you may fail. And we're here to support you through that, because we know that if we accept you into our program, we know that you can do it. And we want to help you to really grow into your own. If somebody is interested in my lab, I encourage them to read some of my recent research. I also encourage them to look at my website. It's jsnphd.com. And you'll see this intersection of health and developmental psychology throughout my research agenda, but you'll see that my content topic has really changed. And that's because I've generally gravitated to very concrete applied subjects in which to try to match the developmental perspective of contextualism, looking at health behavior change, looking at factors like recruitment and retention. So you can look through the different studies that I've done just to get a feel at the way I think, and then read some of my current studies in order to see what my current research agenda is. I also have completed a podcast in 2023 that is linked in my website, and I think it's a really great way to listen and see if I'm a good fit for you in terms of my mentoring approach.